Pay attention to see how the military aren't flying over the El Bacon over there. They're not flying over that building. You know why? Because they're stalking me, and I'm not over there. And there are also no planes that are taking off from the airport over this location. This is exactly why I published on X the truth that the U.S. military are a bunch of homosexual, demon-possessed sex offenders who are hunting American citizens and hunting them in order to psychologically torture them before they murder and kidnap them, doing that in concert with corrupt entities like the city of Ontario, who have a city full of puppets that are a bunch of weirdos who are demon possessed. That's why they have the same weird behavior in the same demonic, that is supernatural environment, where a sun remains over me, where they are monitoring, stalking. All right, where the military are in the city, stalking with all the people who live in the city, together conspiring murder. This is not parking patrol. This is not parking patrol. And just like at Stater Brothers, that wasn't security. Okay, the entities engaged in what is gang stalking, and these demons are engaged in surveillance. And the companies that are engaging in it are engaged in commercial stalking with the U.S. military. They're all facets of surveillance. These homosexuals that are not any elite military personnel are nothing other than violent sex offenders who are stalking American citizens. This is indeed treason. It's in violation of Article 3, Section 3 of the United States Constitution. And this is the basis for what is not only martial law. You see this light activity, this flickering light, the people of the state are stalking. That's all they're doing is stalking. And this is requiring martial law because they're mentally ill. They're suicidal demons who are criminally monitoring, and now they're doing it in front of the whole world. The beast system violates the United States Constitution on obvious grounds, but also with regard to what is treason. This is war against American citizens by the U.S. military, in concert with the very constituents of the state, the people of the state, who have divorced themselves from any protections under the United States Constitution. Alrighty, this is the entity that's engaging in that, and they are targeting me with regard to where I'm going to sleep while it's raining outside. And the entity's engaging what is using this. This is an Asian male who is an absurdly psychotic vagina monitor who's inside of the amphitheater right now, stalking in the path where the entity is flying over that amphitheater, where there are no not only are there no flights right now, there are no flights that are now deviating from not flying over the square, not flying over the library, flying right where I'm at. The U.S. military are a bunch of vagina monitors. They don't even like women. They are homosexuals. These men have sex with each other. It's witchcraft. Witchcraft that isn't working, by the way. And they're going to be committed, and they're also going to be federally prosecuted as they have betrayed the country. They have betrayed American citizens, and they are also violent predators who engage in murdering and stalking and hunting people down in other parts of the world, targeting them, targeting specifically what you need to know are children of God. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing in the U.S., and this is what I'm exposing them for. And the entity is going to be federally prosecuted for harassing me day and night on behalf of these homosexuals stalking with the city of Ontario, the so-called U.S. military. The U.S. military that's going to be no more. This is literally, it's like an abomination to the U.S. They're not an elite military force. They are a bunch of homosexuals who are, by the way, delusional. They're delusional. What are you doing in front of the whole world other than showing your enemies, by the way, that do dirty deeds with the United States? They know what the U.S. military is doing while I'm exposing them and prosecuting them. The entity that's engaging in what is ongoing, targeting me, is making itself vulnerable with those that it's engaged in dirty transactions with, that it's already tied up with. But that's its own judgment. I just want to speak to that. But this is exposing the U.S. to its own enemies. All right. And that is also a threat to American citizens. It is currently 11:24 p.m. where the government are using what are instrumentalities that the people of the state are lending to it to keep an American citizen under surveillance. This is treason. It is also criminal monitoring pursuant to what is the conspiracy to murder me. And in the practical moment by moment, the entity is doing so by harassing me, by stalking me, and exercising no authority under the law. They do that while, I'm the security guard and I'm here and you're not supposed to be sleeping here at night. They're stalking with the U.S. government. And you're not exercising any authority under the law. And moreover, why am I sleeping outside? Because they stole my wealth while they're still stalking. This is the entity, and I'm documenting this because everyone that's engaging in this is going to prison. It's dominoes. They're all going to prison. This is POC. It is currently 11:25 p.m.